video, I'm going to show you my brand new juicer and also how much organic stock I've just picked up from Ray Organic. So guys, you can see I've got some really awesome fruits and vegetables here that I got from Ray Organic. I'm pretty excited. Obviously it's not so great about the plastic, but yeah, really thrilled that I am going to be juicing quite a lot of organic fruits and vegetables. Now, I mentioned to you before that I live in Saudi Arabia and it's sometimes a little bit difficult to get organic and even fresh, and obviously you want to eat your fruits and vegetables as fresh as possible. However, obviously sometimes we can't get access to organic, or it can be a little bit expensive. Now, I would suggest that if it's not in your budget, then really try hard to at least have the Dirty Dozen, which I'll link down below this video to explain to you what the Dirty Dozen are, and they're the fruits and vegetables that you really want to make sure they're non-negotiable. Now for me, that just doesn't happen in Saudi Arabia because it's really difficult for me to get very few or very many organic fruit and vegetables. The one thing I will say that I'm 99.9% sure I never eat organic, and that I never eat inorganic or conventional, and that's strawberries. And if you research into strawberries, you find that they're the most covered in pesticide fruit. And I guess that's because they're really attractive to pests because of the colour and the taste. So that's just, it's as disappointing as it is, that is the one fruit that I really, as much as I love it, I will only ensure that I eat organic. So here's my new Kuvings juicer, Kuvings slow juicer, and it's actually a whole fruit juicer. Now what that means is the spout at the top here can actually take whole fruit, so like apples. It can also take thicker fruits and vegetables like carrots, zucchini, cucumbers, all those other fruits and vegetables that if you are juicing with a smaller spout, you usually have to cut up into smaller pieces. Now this is a slow juicer, and what that means is it actually uses a masticating action, which is similar to what happens in your mouth when you chew fruits and vegetables. So it uses a chewing action to separate the fibre from the juice. So, and because it is a slow juicer, it does that in a slow fashion so that it's not heating up the juice and oxidizing it at a much faster rate, which is usually what occurs with centrifugal style juices, which are your cheaper versions, and they are like your Kenwood, your Phillips, and your very popular Breville juice fountain. So those models, the centrifugal juices, are very popular because obviously they're more economical, they're cheaper to purchase, they have the larger spouts usually. The newer models have the larger spout, which can take the whole fruit, and they are an easier cleanup. They're really quick, you just rinse them out and throw away the pulp or keep it, recycle it, compost it, whatever you do with that. Usually the slow juices, which this is what this one is, the masticating juices, which is what slow juices are, tend to be a little bit messier cleanup, and most of them, until recently, have a smaller spout. So for example, the Champion juicer, which is what I have back in Saudi Arabia, and that's a slow juicer, has like a half the size of the spout of this one here, you can see. So I'll spend a lot longer chopping up my fruits and vegetables to put through there, like while I was doing my juice fast during May Juice Me recently, when my faster juicer, the centrifugal juicer with the larger spout, when that broke, I had to go back to using my slow juicer, which obviously is a better quality of juice that I'm getting, but it took me an hour to juice all my fruits and vegetables for that day, whereas my faster juicer, the centrifugal style juicer with the larger spout, it only took me 15 minutes. So for those of you that are asking what kind of juicer to purchase, there's some factors that you really need to consider. First of all, you need to look at how frequently you're going to use the juicer. You need to look at your budget, and then you need to look at how much time you have. Now, how frequently you're going to use a juicer will be determined by how much time you have usually, and what your needs are, like whether you're doing a juice fast or whether you just want to start incorporating a green juice into your morning routine, or whether it's just going to be a now and again kind of thing. Now, if that's the case, if it is just a now and again kind of thing, and you don't have a big budget, I would just go for a centrifugal juicer because a fresh juice is much better than no juice at all. However, with centrifugal juicer, which is the faster, more economical juicer, you will find the technology that's used is centrifuge, where it spins, it's got an upright basket, and it spins your produce at really high speeds to get the juice. Now that's great because it's fast, so if you don't have a lot of time, that's great, but it will oxidize your juice, so it's really important that you drink your juice pretty much as soon as you made it. It won't really store for very long. Now you can if you really need to, and you can also do other techniques like freezing your juice if you're making it ahead of time, or putting it in an airtight glass container in the fridge. I think maximum 12 hours really, if you're not freezing it, if you're using a centrifugal juicer. Now I've got examples of the difference between centrifugal juicers and masticating, which are the slow juicers, on robynlaw.com/free stuff. You'll find my how to buy a juicer guide there. I will need to update it with the Kuvings juicer, of course. But yeah, you'll find there the main differences and the cost versus the need. So I do still have both juicers. Like, I really do like my slower juicers, the Champion. This might end up taking the cake because obviously it's a slow juicer, so I'm going to get a better quality juice. And it's going to be faster for me to clean up because it's got the wider spout, so I won't need to cut up all my fruits and vegetables to throw it in. And also too, if you are looking at your yield of juice, you will find with a slow juicer you should get more juice for the same amount of produce that you would with a centrifugal juicer. And that's because the technology that it uses, it actually produces a much drier pulp, so it takes away more of the juice. So if you're looking at it from a long-term economical point of view, a slow juicer is going to save you money in the long term for your yield of juice. So I hope that answers your questions about what kind of juicer to buy. If you've got any more questions, please pop them down in the comments below. Share this with a friend who you think would benefit from finding out a little bit more about juicers. Obviously, as technology changes, more and more juicers come out. It's quite a competitive market, so if there is a juicer that you're using that I haven't mentioned either today or in the free guide, then pop it in the comments below and I'd love to hear your thoughts. On another note, earlier in the video I spoke about organic fruits and vegetables, and for those of you that aren't in a position to be able to eat as many organic fruits and vegetables as you'd like, whether that's because of availability or your budget, because obviously organic tends to be a little bit more expensive, then I'll put a link down below this video, and it's how I wash my conventional fruits and vegetables, and that's just to minimise and help alkalize the fruits and vegetables that we do consume that aren't organic. So I really hope that helps, and I hope to hear from you in the comments below. Take care. Now, anytime I start to get homesick for Australia, I just have to remind myself these are the kind of critters I have to share my space with. I don't know if you can see that little friend. There's another one up here. And they're all legs. Ooh. There's another one. Oh, it's a bit windy. You better not blow on me.